It is a trip of a lifetime for more than 100 area veterans from the Korean and Vietnam Wars.
News Channel 7's Emerson Lehmann joins us in Washington, D.C. for the 38th mission of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, with what his trip means for one Army veteran.
Hey everyone, Emerson Lehmann here with News Channel 7. We're here in Washington, D.C. on a beautiful Monday. I'm joined by Rick Thoma, who is a Army veteran and a member of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight 38th mission. Rick, describe the day so far.
Beautiful here. It's a little warmer than it was when we left Wisconsin this morning, but it's a lot of stuff to see that you can't imagine even seeing within a week, you know, let alone one day, you know. Just unbelievable. You mentioned, you know, they're speeding us around the city, police escorts to make sure we can get to as many places as possible. They're treating you guys like rock stars, and rightfully so. Oh yeah, we got a police escort right from the airport. And just a little while ago when we were on the other side of the street here, they had a big motorcade go through. The bus driver said that was Vice President Pence. That's right, Vice President Pence did drive by, so even some sights that we weren't expecting to see. What has been your favorite part of the trip so far? I would say that the memorial over here, it's unbelievable that when you see something like that that's in Forrest Gump, the water is really shallow, but it's really clean because they must have filters on this far end by the World War II memorial. And unbelievable the money that's laying in there, pennies and quarters and everything, you know. Sights to see that you know you're never going to forget these memories. A once-in-a-lifetime trip, right? Definitely. And I would encourage that anybody that's a veteran that's thought of this, apply for it. As like myself, it took 2.5 years waiting list for this, you know, and here I am and enjoy it.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. For this story, 1,000 is not enough.
News Channel 7's Emerson Lehmann, who had the honor of being on yesterday's Never Forgotten Honor Flight, shares one soldier's heartfelt goodbye.
Oh, we gotta find them.
Glenn Siebold is on his own mission.
I just came here to honor him again.
A Navy veteran, Glenn served during the Vietnam War. His boat captain killed in action. With the help of his daughter Jody, Glenn chose to honor his fallen leader by placing a picture beneath his name on the wall at the Vietnam War Memorial.
It's not something that you're going to get to do again. It's a one-time trip with him, and I'm very honored to be able to attend.
To have my daughter along with me is very special. She's a very good person. She's been great for me.
As they searched the wall, name by name, you could feel the emotion.
It means quite a bit. You go back to Vietnam and you realize what had happened and things that are just a little bit hard to take.
And when the name was finally spotted,
Right here. Right there he is.
Oh yeah, there he is.
There he is.
gratitude to be able to say goodbye to a fellow brother in arms.
That's all that's left of him. Yeah, that gives us a little bit of closure on it. It'll make me feel better. It'll take a little bit, but I'll get over it.
Thank you for your service, Glenn, and you for your sacrifice, Captain Deering Jackson. Your nation is grateful. In Washington, D.C., Emerson Lehmann, News Channel 7.
Leslie Rasmussen and Mary Rank Rasmussen aren't just a couple of veterans on Mission 38 of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight. They're actually a couple.
News Channel 7's Emerson Lehmann, who was along on this week's mission, shares their story.
Tugs at the heart.
Meet Mary Rank Rasmussen.
It's nice to experience this with people who mean more than the world to you.
The honor flight is her first time back to D.C. since being stationed at the Pentagon. Joined on the trip by her husband, fellow veteran Leslie Rasmussen, and their two sons, Mary says things have changed a bit in that time.
This wasn't here back in the 60s. And it's just extremely heart-wrenching.
And she's more than happy with the new additions to the city so close to her heart.
Do you see this, how pebbled this is? All of these are raised by like pebbles. My God, that's absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful wall.
And like all good husbands do, Leslie agrees with his wife.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say. It's just so beautiful and everything, being here with them and the wife and the 2 boys and just having fun. It's beautiful.
Beautiful, a perfect way to describe the day for a beautiful couple that was willing to serve when needed. In our nation's capital, Emerson Lehmann, News Channel 7.
A special performance and a powerful message. That's what Emerson Lehmann shares with this story from mission number 38 of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight.
I think a lot about those that have got their life cut short by war.
Randall Holtman solemnly watched as the United States Marine Corps Silent Drill Platoon performed beneath the flying flag at the U.S. Marine Corps War Memorial. As a Marine, he was moved during the ceremony.
It was a rare treat to see him do that, you know. It was something unexpected and it was very touching.
The performance wasn't scheduled, but the platoon arrived just for Mission 38.
They had the close order Marine Corps drill team performed while we were there, so that was the very high point of the day.
Fellow veterans were honored as the rifles twirled and spun. They couldn't help but reflect on the different memorials they had witnessed and the history that they represented.
It's a heartfelt thing to look at all the history the Marines have over the various conflicts.
Along with the reminder that freedom isn't free.
What I learned when I was a young man that carried me through life, that made it made my life easier. It gave me more backbone.
Powerful words from a veteran whose service to his country made him the man he is today. In Washington, D.C., Emerson Lehmann, News Channel 7.
From takeoff at 6:45 in the morning to landing back in Wisconsin nearly 16 hours later, the honor flight is a day full of adventure and experiences. With so much to take in, it's important to sit down, catch your breath, and comprehend where you're going. Also where you've been. Emerson Lehmann shares this honor flight report.
6 stops.
It's quite a trip.
8 different memorials.
Awesome.
Endless conversation. Over countless memories.
After you get talking with a few guys and you think, well, where were you in Vietnam? Oh, I was there. Well, come to find out we were probably 10, 12 miles apart and didn't realize it, till now, 50 years later.
During a stop on the trip, Rick Toma decided he was going to take a break and reflect on the day so far. I decided to join him. As we sat on a bench and talked, Rick, a Vietnam Army veteran, opened up about the emotions brought forth by the honor flight trip. Some were good.
When I was in Vietnam, I extended my tour and I got to see the Bob Hope show twice. The first year that I was there, I would have never guessed that there was no snow and it was probably 55 degrees and I was eating watermelon instead of turkey or something like that,
And some speak for themselves.
Was it a bit of closure to go to that wall and see that memorial?
It kind of is. I lost a classmate and his name is on the wall. But, it still makes you think, through the years and everything, and that's a part of life, Nothing you can do about it.
A mixture of emotions, an experience Rick encourages every veteran to try and be a part of.
What would you say to encourage them to take that leap, take that next step?
I would say they should think about it because it's quite a trip. It costs you nothing. We're here for just the day, but it's worth it. It was worth the wait.
Thank you for your service, Rick, and thank you for letting me join you on that bench.
Welcome back to News Channel 7 Weekend. For the past week, it's been a privilege to share with you all just a few of the many stories that the Never Forgotten Honor Flight Mission 38 had to offer. For many of these veterans, most of whom served in the Vietnam era, when they returned home, they weren't treated to banners and posters, hugs, or applause. Instead, they faced hostility, anger, hatred. That wasn't the case on Monday when the 110 American heroes on mission number 38 were greeted to the welcome home they never received, but rightfully deserved.
You can't imagine how good it makes you feel inside.
A beautiful day.
Wonderful. Yep, the whole thing, the whole experience. And very nice.
Filled with incredible sights and experiences.
My God, that's absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful wall.
That will never be forgotten.
Just priceless, absolutely priceless. So we say thank you from the bottom of our heart.
All capped off with a tribute that may just bring a tear to your eye. Family, friends, complete strangers crowding the central Wisconsin airport to give a hero's welcome to a group more than deserving.
There was like 1,000 people here, and that was more than what we got when we came home from Vietnam.
Greeted with applause, hugs, and handshakes, all from the citizens of a grateful nation, wanting to say thank you for your service.
Along with the veterans from the Vietnam era, the flight also had veterans who served in Korea. To all the members of the Never Forgotten Honor Flight Mission 38, thank you for sharing your experiences with us, and thank you for your service.